We resisted so hard between 2017 and 2024. We impeached the guy. Like, we prosecuted him, convicted him of 34 felony counts. And guess what? He still got elected. So I don't know how much harder we can resist now.
Are you admitting that, that the case against Trump in New York was part of the organized Democratic Party resistance?
It was a Democratic prosecutor. And at the time, I said I thought it was unwise.
Just to be clear, everybody who now touts the 34 felonies, take it from Liz. This was not a real case. This was a plot to upend the presidential campaign, which backfired.
I just think it was a boneheaded move by Alvin Bragg.
CNN's lone conservative pundit, Scott Jennings, catching a Democrat admitting that the repeated attempts to do anything and everything to take down President Trump were indeed an organized effort by the Democrats to weaponize the justice system against the president. Now, Terry, we all knew this was already happening, right? This is no surprise.
No, that's exactly right. And not just us, the American people knew that, right? And that's why they voted him in. Again, it's why he won the popular vote. They saw how unfairly he was treated. They saw the bogus 34, trumped up charges and the sham trials and all that. And they wanted to put him back in there. They had buyer's remorse. If there's one theme of this new President Trump administration, 47, it's not just the golden era. It's not just greatness. It's vindication. He's been vindicated. Everything that we've been claiming for the past several years came to be, and now the Democrats are out there admitting it. It's refreshing.
Well, we saw a similar admission to this one on CNN from Politico the other day when they referred to these mass of injunctions that have been issued against the Trump administration recently as the resistance, the Trump resistance. Foldy, I mean, are these injunctions just the next version of that lawfare?
Think about the first version of this, and it was Tish James running for Attorney General in 2018. What was her platform? Quote, getting Trump, unquote. So none of this really came as a shock. I mean, Democrats have been basically admitting this since well before Scott Jennings got the latest admission from this. Terry's totally right. It was so transparent. You saw this with the Soros-funded prosecutors, these left-wing psychopaths. You saw it with Alvin Bragg, Fani Willis, Tish James. And if this was a Democratic Party attempt to stop Trump, wow, what a clown car, because it could not have backfired more in the Republican primary, where that was when he never looked back on DeSantis, was after these indictments came down from Alvin Bragg, and then the general election, because he's back in the White House again.
Jason, you agree with all that, right?
So
they did not 86-47, despite their...
Let me just say, first of all, I don't know who that person is. Has anyone ever seen that woman before? So I don't know why we're saying that she's a representative of the Democratic Party
she's
when we don't know who
advisor.
she is. She's like...
She's the brains behind Buttigieg.
That's
again. She could be running the presidential campaign in 2028.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it if she's going to say things like that, which are absolutely patently ridiculous. One of the things we need to recognize is that Donald Trump had a grand jury of his peers, which were citizens of New York. Then he was tried by a jury of his peers, which included 2 attorneys who understood the law, and they still convicted him of 34 felony counts. Yes, I think there were people who were like, we're going to get Trump, because they saw that he committed crimes. So again, if you commit crimes, and unlike a lot of the people that are being 86 from the country, he actually got to go before a jury and actually got due process, and he lost. So again, he did win the election. I think that that's true. I think it's because of the promises that he made that he's not keeping, like no tax on tips. He's not going to keep that promise. No tax on Social Security. He's not going to keep that promise. Those were the sorts of things that got him to victory. But in reality, he got convicted by a jury of his peers. And if you don't believe that, then you don't believe the American people.
We all saw that trial, Virginia. The judge, the shenanigans. I mean, that wasn't fair.
We know it absolutely was. And it was very clearly exactly what was said on CNN. It was politically motivated. And Jason Trump is delivering on his promises. He's going after criminal and illegal aliens. He's removing them. He's stimulating the economy. He's getting deals done. They are. We've talked about this before.
75% of them are not criminals.
Jason, we don't have those criminal records.
All right.
Trump is delivering, and we are seeing this in rapid succession, and the American people see it.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.